So the Democracy Initiative Student Advisory Council is a group of students who are selected to work with us to understand what undergraduates at UVA would like the Democracy Initiative to do. They do that by meeting, deliberating, creating their own structure, and proposing different sorts of programs that we can pursue to contribute to intellectual and political life on grounds.
Being able to actually have conversations with other people about democracy and it not be an argument, I think that the Democracy Initiative Council strives to make all students as incorporated as they can.
It just created an environment where we were all able to really look at the entire picture versus just the loudest people in the room.
You can't have democracy with just one side, you know? It's multifaceted.
What we could all learn from one another is to really be more understand, more compassionate. I see where your side is coming from, this is where my side, where can we meet in the middle? And I think that would prevent a lot of gridlock and a lot of Congress not being able to do as much.
My opinions aren't necessarily that of the majority of the student body. And I had somebody who I absolutely least expected it reach out to me and he was like, hey, can we jump on a phone call? And he was like, well, you have a different opinion and we all need to hear it. You need to talk more. And I was just kind of shocked. I was like, what do you mean? I know you don't agree with any of my opinions. I've seen your Twitter. And he was like, yeah, no, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff you say, but I do with a lot of other stuff. And that's a conversation we need to have, especially in this environment.
One of the powerful things the students did this year is they noticed or they identified the fact that there's actually traditionally been very low participation in student elections. They actually went on the steps on the day of student election with a banner that said democracy lives here as a way of essentially asking students that if they're interested in democracy, they maybe should start by participating right at home where they are. And this year's election saw record turnout, almost nearly doubled the number of students who participated, and we like to think that our students had an impact in getting the student body more engaged and more active in that way.
Here at UVA, the school's built off leaders, and so sometimes I think learning how to lead in a democratic way is one of the key things I feel like people should take away from this university because it's so self-government driven.
In the microcosm that is the Student Advisory Council, what's the most necessary is having a background, and that's not necessarily their political affiliation. It's more like what they've gone through, what their experiences are, because it makes it more unique in the events that we try and host, because we're attending to a population that is better represented now.
Everybody at the end of the day, whether we all want to get there in a different direction, really loves our country and loves our people and wants what's best for us. So I really think that this council has done a great job at kind of tearing that away, sitting down and having real, true conversations with each other.
In general, we need to learn how to speak, but also learn how to listen and be heard in an effective way.
We have a lot more to accomplish, and I think that UVA is well equipped to change the scene of democracy in the next few years, just based on the people that we have here, the students and the faculty.